Greetings. I was asked to show off a little bit of how I figured out how to make tabs. So let's go through it fairly quick. I'm going to assume up front that you know a bit about HTML coding. If you don't, you can pick it up on your own, which is kind of what I've done, or you might want to consider taking a course through something like one of the online coding things. You can go to like code.org and some other places to find some hints on where you can get online coding classes like Code Academy and such that. Okay, anyway, so back to what we're at here. So I've built a page, just a sample page. I'm going to give myself a little more real estate by getting rid of the tools here. And I'm going to go in now and I'm going to edit this page. So I built all of this in the rich content editor first. One more time on that. And as you can see, what I've done, this is a very important part of doing it, is I've come in and I've put in my headers and I put in more or less my footers on each of my tabs before I go in and actually build the tabs. In other words, I lay out the entire page that I want to tab in one document first in the rich content editor, getting all of my links, all of the associated things that I might want to wiki pages or files or images or anything done, beautiful, ready to go. And then the last thing I'm going to do is actually put in the tabs. Okay, so to actually put in the tabs, I go and click on the HTML editor. And now I'm going to go ahead and open up a file in BBEdit. This is an external editor that I have, but you don't really need this editor. That's no big deal. You can open this up in text edit, anything, any sort of editor that you've got. Or there's a really nice free editor for Mac folks called Text Wrangler if you want to get something to actually edit text in. Anyway, the file comes with preset for making 4 tabs. Now you may have noticed when I was flipping through, I was only making 3 tabs on the page that I built. So I'll show you how to fix that. So the first thing we need to do is put this header material in. This header material opens up the enhanceable content tabs. Notice we have the div tag here. So div class equals enhanceable content tabs, and then below it we have an unordered list, and then we have the list elements. We have tab 1, tab 2, tab 3, tab 4, all those tab titles. So the actual tabs, the physical tab that you're going to look at, resides between the LI and the close LI. Okay? All right, enough chatting. Let's just go ahead and get that over there. So copy all of that code. Let's go back over here into our HTML editor in Canvas. And we got to put all that header material up at the top. Okay, now again, I said I only wanted 3 tabs, so I'm going to come in here, and between LI and LI, I am going to go ahead and get rid of tab 4. And so that just took care of tab 4. I don't have a 4th tab anymore. Okay, great. Now I need to go in and put the code in to indicate where's the tab begin and where does the tab end on my particular page. So let's go back over, and you can see down here, this is where the actual tabs go, is the div command ID fragment 1, fragment 2, 3, and 4, and then between that and the close div is where your content resides. So really the only command you need to copy is that one right there, the div ID equals fragment dash 1, and we'll paste that in and then fix it up for each of our corresponding tabs. Okay, all right, so back over here. So I open up my tab with that command, and now I got to find where I close my tab. Now the thing is I got to look for my next H2. That's what I'm looking for, my next header. And I go, aha, there's my H2 right here. This is the second chunk of content. So I'm going to throw a couple of spaces in here. I'm going to go ahead and paste in my fragment here and change that to a 2, but very important, muy importante, is I'm going to come up above here and I'm going to close the previous div. So I'm going to go \div, close that, and that closes the previous tab. So your tabs reside between the div ID fragment and the close div. Very important that you get it between those two. Okay, so now we're going to scroll down, and again we're looking for another H2. So here we go. Oh, H2, this is our 3rd chunk. There we go. A little bit of scanning and we'll find it. Okay, so we're going to put in this. I'm going to change that to fragment 3. And then, very important, we're going to make sure that we close the previous tab. Okay, all good. Now, last but not least, we got to come down here. This is also extremely important. This will cause you gray hair if you don't do it right, is we need to close that tab, but we also need to close come back up to the very top of our chunk here. We need to close the class, the div class. So we need a closed div at the bottom to actually finish off the page. Okay, so drum roll please if that all went well. When we save now, bada bing, bada boom, we've got tabs. Okay, well, hopefully you found that useful. Please don't feel shy at all about sending me comments or questions, and I will do whatever I can to make this better or help out.